Is college worth it? The answer is an overwhelming yes, and here's why. So recently I've been hearing a lot online from the likes of Ben Shapiro and Charlie Kirk, along with some Instagram influencers who are presenting very strong cases on the internet. And I just wanted to come and give the other perspective as to why college is worth it. So I'm gonna go ahead and present some arguments as to why college is worth it, and then debunk some of the arguments from the opposing side of why you shouldn't go to college. Okay, so first of all, going to college means you're gonna make more money on average. Those with just a bachelor's degree have higher salaries and higher total lifetime earnings. So that's $1,334 a week for those with bachelor's degrees and only $809 for those without, which is a 65% increase. The other thing is that this data is just for those with only a bachelor's degree. So we're not talking about medical doctors, MDs, or JDs, just bachelor's degrees, because a lot of the argument is that medical doctors and lawyers make a lot more money, which drags the averages up. But no, the average for just bachelor's degree is higher than with a high school degree. Also, lifetime earnings is 2.8 million for college graduates, but only 1.6 for those with a high school degree. This is from the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, so this is legit data that's been collected. Now, the argument again is that you have to pay for college, and there's also an opportunity cost that's lost. And the difference between 2.8 million and 1.6 million is 1.2 million. And what that means is that you are making 1.2 million more on average if you have a bachelor's degree. Let's say that going to college is $400,000 and the opportunity cost you lose from not going is like $200,000. That's basically $600,000. And if you take that away from the 1.2 million difference, you're still making more money. So financially, going to college is 100% the right choice. Again, the people online are going to tell you to go do drop shipping. They really have no idea what they're talking about. And those Instagram influencers are only in the top 1%. You're never going to hear from the 99% who never made it big online, and now they're working at McDonald's. Okay, second point is opportunities. Going to college provides you with a major toolkit of opportunities. Okay, I want to acknowledge that I go to Stanford and I understand that here it's a bit different than other schools because there was a lot more offered. But generally at any school, if you take advantage of the resources there, you're going to benefit. Don't just sit around and party all day, then you won't do well. But there are resources at many schools. College provides you opportunities for networking, clubs, events. Even a frat gives you networking opportunities to grow professionally. And again, we're going to get to the specific major because a lot of people say that, oh, certain majors like humanities, are going to set you up to fail. The point is that if you take advantage of the opportunities, you're going to do well. For example, if you want to study AI because the AI industry is growing, you can do that, and then that college degree will set you up for a really strong career. And again, you're more replaceable in places like trade school, but when you go to college and you use those opportunities, you keep up with technological developments. Okay, now I'm going to get into the counter arguments that people commonly throw against college-educated students. The first one is the cost of college. Again, anybody who tells you that college costs a lot of money isn't thinking in the long term. They're just looking at the short term, and they're not able to understand that going to college provides you with a long-term success. It sets you up for success, even if you just have a bachelor's degree. Again, think of that 1.2 million difference. And if you have an MD or a JD or other advanced degrees, you're probably going to make tens of millions more. People live in the present, but you have to learn to live and plan in the future. Okay, the second argument is that college doesn't teach you any practical skills. So I feel like people who make this argument never actually went to college and they don't really know what it's like to be in that environment, but I'm still gonna address it. Critics commonly claim that college is woke, or that, studying the humanities like psychology, sociology, English, those are the common targets, aren't gonna get you anywhere, but this is mostly misguided. College is about academics, yes, but it's also about connections. So the kids who go study pre-med or pre-law or CS, they're gonna already have technical skills, but even a lot of students who study like humanities, English, psychology, all those subjects, a lot of them go into academia, consulting, they go to other types of, postgraduate education, and it is possible to leverage that degree. The critics just pick up on people who study those degrees, but they don't really take advantage of the opportunities. And so, of course, if you party and you're lazy and you don't, take advantage of the opportunities at your school, you may not do well. But that isn't really, represented by the data. Okay, the third common argument I hear is that college students are often underemployed, meaning that they get a job that they could have just had with a high school diploma. And some data suggests that up to 40% of college graduates are in this situation, and that's a fact. But the reality of the situation is that, again, this is misguided because you're not looking into the long-term outcomes of these college students. Underemployment is temporary, and a lot of college students who start off working a job that just a high school diploma could achieve end up working their way up the hierarchy and the ladder of opportunity. They build a career that high schoolers can't. I even saw, one chief marketing officer of a big company. She said, hey, when I graduated college, I was working for free. It got me experience, and then I worked my way up the ladder. You don't just get into the top position after graduating college. Sometimes you have to work your way up. Again, trade school does not provide this advantage. When you get your trade, you work in it basically for life. There is no working up to CEO from trade school. Finally, unemployment rate is 4.6% for non-college graduates versus 2.2% for college graduates. Big difference. Okay, my last point, and this is personal, that's why I saved it for last. Let's be honest, most of these critics who say college isn't worth it, if you look into their background, either they never went to college, they're a social media celebrity who lucked out and made it into the top 1%, or they're just a kid who thinks that they can drop ship their way to $1 million without actually knowing anything about that type of thing. The reality of the situation is that the 99% who don't make it big are not going to be out there speaking on TikTok about their experience. Instead, they're going to be working at McDonald's or KFC. Stop listening to people online that you hear and actually look at the data that I've presented here. My viewers, you guys are all very smart people. You guys are going to be successful regardless, but I just wanted to make this argument. Go to college if you are able to. Even if you have to take out loans, look at the data, it's going to work out. So you guys got this. Are you looking for an internship or job? Check out Crossing Z, a free AI job platform with over 10,000 plus internships and jobs updated daily. You can browse the website for opportunities or download the app and swipe through profiles to meet recruiters in AI, tech, finance, consulting, and other fields. Don't miss out on this free resource. Get your next job at crossingz.io.